Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Our current session focuses on the background of the natural approach. I hope and expect by the end of this session, you would have an introduction to the natural approach and you would also understand what is its origin and background. Well, my dear students, the origin of the natural approach can be traced back to 1977, and the person whose contribution this natural approach is Tracy Terrell. He was a teacher of Spanish in California, and actually Terrell was the person who outlined a proposal for a new philosophy of language teaching, which he called the natural approach. In fact, the natural approach was an attempt to develop a language teaching proposal that incorporated the naturalistic principles, as the very name suggests. And how did it emerge? How was it originated? In fact, it grew out of Terrell's experiences of teaching Spanish classes. Later on, this was used in several other language classrooms by several other people. Over the times, Terrell joined Stephen Krashen, an applied linguist at the University of Southern California, and both of them together, they tried to elaborate a theoretical rationale for this approach. Drawing on Krashen's influential theory of second language acquisition, it was in 1983 that they combined the statement of the principles and practices for natural approach. They named it they called it traditional approach to language teaching. Traditional approaches are defined as based on the use of language in communicative situations without recourse to the native language, and without reference to the grammatical analysis, grammatical drilling, or a particular theory of grammar. In other words, traditional approaches are those natural approaches where the language is thought to be or expected to be taught and learned in a natural way. Krashen and Terrell noted that such approaches have been called natural, psychological, phonetic, new, reform, direct analytical, imitative, and so on and so forth. The fact that the authors of the natural approach relate their approach to the natural method has led some people to assume that natural approach and natural method are synonymous terms. Although the tradition is a common one, there are important differences between the natural approach and the older natural method, which it will be useful to consider at the outset if you want to understand what is natural approach. Well, the natural method is another term for what by 1900 had become known as the direct method, whereas natural approach is something different from that. In its extreme form, the natural method consisted of a series of monologues by the teacher interspersed with exchanges of questions and answers between the instructor and the student, all in the foreign language. And basically in the natural method, or what was called the direct method, the focus was on teaching L2 directly, as the name direct method also indicates, without using any kind of L1 help. A great deal of pantomime accompanied the talk with aid of these gesticulations. By attentive listening and repetition and drill through that, the learner came to associate himself or herself with certain acts and objects and with certain combinations of words or sounds, and finally would reach a point where he or she would be able to reproduce those sounds or those combinations of sounds, those words or those phrases. Now, this was direct method or natural method. Unlike the direct method, however, this natural approach places less emphasis on teacher monologues. It also does not emphasize direct repetition and formal questions and answers, and it also less focuses on accurate production of target language sentences. In fact, in the natural approach, there is an emphasis on exposure or on input rather than practice. So the more you would give input, the more you would expose the child to the target language, the more the child would learn. This is what is believed. Optimization of emotional preparedness for learning is also important in natural approach. It is believed the more the learner is psychologically and emotionally prepared to learn, the more the learning would take place. A prolonged period of attention to what the language learners hear before they try to produce language, and a willingness to use written and other materials as a resource of comprehensible input. These are the two aspects that provide a kind of background for what we call natural approach. So natural approach, A, is different from what we call natural method. B, natural approach, unlike natural method or unlike what is called direct method as well, unlike that, does not focus on drill and does not believe much in repetitions. It rather focuses more on providing exposure for the purposes of learning a language.